Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you lads and lasses. How are we all doing tonight? Thanks for joining us for the evening show. We are here to dissect and get into all of the latest United news this evening and today, and also just talk about the weekend's Premier League football, obviously, as the dust has settled. But thank you everyone for joining us and getting in here for tonight's show. How are we all doing tonight? Get in there, you legends. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. We're going to cover all the latest goings on in this video over the next hour or so, and of course have a weekend chinwag about everything and all the latest goings on now that the dust has actually settled. So let's get stuck in and see who's in the live chat here. Welcome in Simon Almeida, Sanjay, Dean, Matthew, what's going on? Roberto, Kennedy, Malps, Fire Up, Paul, get in there, my son. The Don Gungshi's in here. Stephen, John Boy, Nut, you legend, let's be having you. Scott as well, Aaron's in here, Dustin, Thugger, everybody, Duke of Rodtown, PJ, Time Is Up, Zip, Flip, and Connor and Johnny and everybody else as well. Too many to name, really. But all of you, every single one of you legends, the Hoop Man, what's going on? Phone Monkey, Red Olsen, Malps, Amit, Kumar, Dustin. Thanks for joining us, guys and girls. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Smash that like button on it. That's right. Give us a massive thumbs up. Give us a huge like spike at the start of the show. Get in there, Sin Games, Jack Swan. How you doing, Sphinxu, Madhouse, Stephen, and everybody too. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Get in there. Yes, smash the likes on the video. Share us around on social media if you want. You do need to be subscribed to get involved in the live chat, so hit the subscribe button if you're new. And if you are new, make sure you do subscribe because it's free to subscribe. We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers. As you can see, actually, we're only 8 subscribers away now from 74.9k subs, so we really are closing in on 75,000 subscribers. Thank you very much there, Hasnain, for subscribing, mate. Get in there, you know it makes sense. Thank you, buddy. And everyone else too, appreciate you. So yeah, you can give us a share as well on the old social medias if you want. That'll help us out. In fact, the link is pinned to the top of the live chat for Twitter. If you want to go and retweet the show out, that'd be much appreciated. We'll give you a shout out later on in the show. Indeed, Fat Chinese Gamer, we're not far away, my son. We're not far away, so go and tell your granny about it. Cheers. Right, let's get stuck in then, guys. Oh my goodness me, what a horrendously gashtastic, terrible game of football yesterday. Oh, it's hard to digest that, isn't it? Hard to digest just how bad Manchester United are after the summer break, after spending the money, after getting new players in, after having that hope and belief maybe that we could actually do something this season. I mean, I feel pretty foolish for thinking that Manchester United could finish second this year. Now, I never said that, of course, we're going to win the title or anything like that, but I kind of felt like we would be better than last season. Maybe we'd be a little bit better than last season based on sort of who we signed and the team being together longer, etc., etc. Turns out, even top 4 at this moment in time after 5 games is looking a little bit in question. I'll just ask the live chat at the start of the show now. Based on the start we've had to the season, obviously we've still got 33 games left, so it's not panic stations just yet. But based on the start of the season that we've had, where do you see Manchester United finishing in the Premier League? Get your thoughts in the live chat, let us know. But goodness me, I'm going to say 5th now. I don't know, I feel like we really are going to struggle. Maybe it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to change so much from 2nd place to 5th place, but honestly, look at us. We're a mess. Connor Garrity, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, Piggy Hannibal, I would play Champions League on Saturday. Hey, fair play, he did smack in a ridiculously nice goal, wasn't it? You got to reward good performances, I suppose. Yeah, it's a fair point, lad. You've got to reward good performances, maybe give him a chance. Fair point. Thank you very much for the super chat, Connor Garrity. I do appreciate you, buddy. Come on. Get in there, Connor, lad. Very kind of you, dude. Yeah, get some love in there for Connor, by the way, guys. I can't really fault what you said there. It's the second season syndrome. We've seen it all before, says Malps. 6th or 7th, says PJ. 4th, says Batman. 6th, says Flip. 8th, says Tafiso. 3rd, says Mark. 10th, says Dean. 6th, says Pete and Madhouse. 10th, says Staygod. 6th, says David. 5th at best, says Singames. Sixth at best, says FC Groningen. Mid-table, says Finksu. Ninth, says Mark Boyle. You still think United will get top 4? Well, it is very early days still, isn't it? If you actually remember, we lost the last 3 games last season, and it was a calamity start to the season, but we did slowly but surely turn it around. I guess the only difference now, though, it's just like it seems like this squad and this team is in somewhat a bit of disarray, and we've got off-the-field issues, on-the-field issues, injuries, and all sorts going on at the football club. I just don't feel that sense of belief or confidence around the place at the moment. But you never know. Look, Ten Hag's got a heck of a job at the moment to not be in sort of panic mode, to not be in crisis mode, but to try and galvanise the team, to try and get them to respond and actually come back and have a good season and just get straight back on the winning tip immediately. It's going to be tough for him to be able to do that, especially with the start we've had to the season and the pressure that is on us. Top 3 says Sanjay, 5th or 6th says Hoopman, 5th says OG, 9th or 11th says Kirill, 7th or 8th. 7th or below, says King Boomy. A lot of people saying like 7th here, you know. It would be a complete failure of a season, wouldn't it? We have spent a shitload of cash. We've had, plenty of time, really, to be able to improve our situation with, Ten Hag being here 15 months now. I don't obviously blame Ten Hag solely for what's going on at Manchester United and the poor start we've had. There's a lot of off-the-field issues, as we mentioned, and the Glazers shithousers definitely do not make it easy for the guy. But there is a lot of pressure on Erik Ten Hag to get this team now to perform and do well and just turn a corner, because we've had an awful start to the season. And look, 6th place, as Gangshi predicts here, 6th place would be an absolute failure. It's an abject failure. Doesn't matter what's going on at the top of the club, to be fair. If you're United, you've got to be getting at least top 4. We know that Rome wasn't built in a day. We know that Sir Alex Ferguson took years to get success at Manchester United. It's not easy when you're coming in and taking over a gash regime where there's a certain level of mediocrity that's been infused throughout the squad, and there's a standard that's dropped over the years, and you've got to try and raise that standard. It's certainly not easy when you're somebody like Ten Hag to try and do that, to try and demand more from your players overnight, basically, and to try and get them to, be more professional and turn up to bloody training on time. You would think getting 350,000 bloody notes in your bank account every week, okay, before tax, would be enough, but apparently not in this day and age with these bloody pansy footballers. But he has got a job to try and increase the standards at Manchester United in such a short space of time. We can still turn things round, says Gungshi. Yeah, it's true, the mustard. Glazers are the reason the club is in the state it is. It's very true. Post-Fergie, the standards just consistently slip in season to season to season, due to the Glazer shithousery that's taking place at the football club. So I can't really deny what you're saying, mate. You're absolutely bang on. I mean, just on that, Alan Shearer has been speaking on Match of the Day and places, suggesting that, it must be difficult at Manchester United because nobody knows what the hell's going on. So let me just pop this up on the screen. Some quotes from Shearer says they need to know what on earth is going on. He can't understand where the leadership is coming from at Manchester United. Obviously, some slightly more further quotes, the same sort of quotes, but he said basically, I feel sorry for Erik Ten Hag. He needs to know, the fans need to know, is the club for sale? All the problems come from the top. We are in a state of limbo right now. We are a state of limbo. And if we were competing in a limbo competition, which is that game where you're supposed to go underneath the pole, then we would be, I don't know, like the equivalent of a man with an ironing board down his back who can't bloody bend over at all. We are failing. We are in limbo and we are gash. And I think there is a big question mark hanging over us and a big uncertainty right now. Alan Shearer on United says, I feel sorry for Ten Hag because he needs to know, and the fans need to know, what the fuck is going on with this football club, with the Glazers here currently. Are they going to sell? Are they going to stay? Are we going to have new owners? Surely we've got to have some sort of a direction. It's crazy, isn't it? Could you imagine, I don't know, you're on a ship in the middle of the ocean, there's a big storm, and you've got no bloody captain steering the ship, you've got no coordinates to where to go to. Okay, maybe you do have somebody steering, but there's no destination in mind. Nobody knows. We're completely blind. We don't know where we're going. We could end up in paradise, or we could end up crashing into some fucking rocks, or we could end up being the next bloody Titanic or something and ended up at the bottom of the fucking ocean. This is what I'm saying. We don't have any direction at the football club because we're being guided by pathetic, greedy, scumbag, selfish owners. And so we're never going to get away from that until they're gone, obviously. And that is the biggest problem at Manchester United. So we can say what you want about the players being shite, can say what you want about Ten Hag being, underperforming at the start of the season, or whatever the case may be, your thoughts on Ten Hag. But the reality is, it is all stemming from the Glazers shithouse ownership of this football club, and they are absolutely pathetic. So let's get hashtag Glazers out, and I completely agree. We need to know what's going on here. When are these guys going to announce something? When are we going to see something of a sale? When are we going to see an announcement that they're staying, if that's the case? Have some bloody backbone, you Glazers shithouses. Have some bloody backbone and tell us what's going on. How long is it going to be? How long's the sale process going to, take to fucking get you guys out of here? That's what we need to know. Thank you, Mr. Bruce Riley, for becoming a member of the Bacon and Egg Brigade, lad. Guys, get your favourite emoji in there to welcome Mr. Bruce Riley. I appreciate you supporting the channel, mate, and becoming a member of the channel. Seriously, much appreciated, lad. That's very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you indeed, Mr. Bruce Riley. Thank you so much to Bruce Riley, everyone. Get some love in there for him. Matty Smith says, Sir Alex is to blame for the Glazers being at the club. Well, I mean, it's a little bit much to say that he's to blame for the Glazers being at the club, obviously. It's a little bit much to say that. But you know what? He could be doing a heck of a lot more, couldn't he? If Sir Alex Ferguson piped up and talked about it and wasn't just such a Glazer shill, then, perhaps we would see more going on in terms of movement, because all he's ever done is stay quiet on the Glazers. In fact, all he's ever done is praise the Glazers. So, he is part of the problem, really. He is part of the problem when it comes to the Glazers shithouse ownership. We love Fergie. What a fucking legend of this football club. But all he's ever done is praise the Glazers, and that's just outright wrong. So look at this from Alex Crook on social media. Says that if Man United fans are being brutally honest, aren't we all asking why Sir Alex Ferguson is content to sit and watch from the posh seats while the empire he created crumbles? Goes without saying he's the greatest, but if he walked away, it would shine an even greater light on the Glazers' failings. Spot on. So if he just stops, sticking to this narrative of, the Glazers are actually okay, and starts talking about their parasitic, gashtastic running of this football club, everybody's going to listen. It's going to have a big effect. So I couldn't agree more with what you just said there, actually. We certainly do need to have some sort of a revelation from Sir Alex Ferguson. That would help everybody. But unfortunately, he keeps himself very quiet. He keeps his cards close to his chest in regard to the Glazers out, and he's a Glazer shill. I don't know why he is. Probably because while they were here at the football club, maybe they did give him just about the bare minimum that he needed. And maybe from his point of view, he was still able to be successful while the shithouse Glazers were here at the football club, to be fair to him, because he's such a fucking genius. But the empire was massively affected as soon as he left. It's crumbled since then, and he's watching it crumble, and we know that the main reason why it's crumbling is the Glazer shithouses. Zamiassi, oh my god! We're talking about important stuff here, Zamiassi, not some Arsenal shithousery guff that nobody cares about, my son. Moving swiftly on. Conor Geraghty says, Piggy, I think we're heading in the same crisis like the time we went down, says Conor Geraghty. Hey, maybe so, lad. It's obviously before my time, but obviously you know about the history that's gone on there. But you're absolutely right. I mean, maybe we are. Maybe something crazy like that needs to happen to reset this football club. Look, realistically, we just need to get these Glazers out of our club, don't we? And then we could probably move on to being back to the better days where we can actually have somebody steering the ship who wants to be successful. If we did have somebody like Sheikh Jassim come in and invest hugely and heavily in all areas of the club, it's not going to take that long before United gets right back up there being one of the best clubs around. If Manchester City can do it, then we can certainly do it. We have the best support, we've got the best history and all the rest of it. So we definitely can do it. By the way, oh, crikey, bloody hell, that went on quickly. So we've just hit 74,900 subscribers. Get in there, you legends. Thank you so much to you all for hitting the subscribe button. Nut, you're a legend now. Thanks for giving us the update. Thank you for everyone for hitting the subscribe. We've just smashed 74,900. The 75k is coming, guys. We are getting there, aren't we? Bloody hell. It's all going off. It's kicking off, guys. Hey, by the way, if you're just getting in the stream, help us out by smashing the like on the video. That's all we ask, is a cheeky little like spike. It helps the channel out. It's free, and it helps us boost up on the algorithm. So hit that thumbs up button if you want to help out. And also share it around and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Nice one. Okay, so look, obviously, very, very frustrating times at the football club. It's mostly from the Glazer shithouse owners, I think. We have to be honest on this. Do what you can. Protest any way that you can. Hashtag Glazers out. But it's not going to happen overnight, I don't think, because they haven't even announced anything in a long time. 9 months it's been going on, 8-9 months for this whole sale process. Once they're gone, perhaps we can improve significantly in a short space of time. But while they're here, the standards have slipped, the negativity shrouds the place. It's not easy, is it? As I've said, it's like steering a ship when you don't have a destination to go to. That's currently what it's like with the Glazers. So I agree with what Alan Shearer said here. It's very much not easy for Erik ten Hag to be able to sort of manage the club right now. I know some people will say, oh, that's bollocks. It's literally got nothing to do with the squad. It's literally got nothing to do with that. They've given him money. He's spent money. He's bought players. Most of the players are his. He's got to be getting the better out of the team and managing the team and training and coaching them and getting the best and picking the tactics, and it's on the pitch. But it still all filters down. It's like a whole politics and a whole standards, and it just filters down from the top. The standards come from the gastastic disarray that's taken place at the top of the football club. So yes, okay, you could argue Ten Hag needs to be coaching this team, and that's all true. Obviously, he's got them on the pitch to and working on the training ground to work with that team. But it's over years and years this has happened. This isn't anything new. This is the standard slipping because of the owners of this football club that's taken place. So anyway, I agree with Shearer. I feel very sorry indeed for Erik ten Hag, and it's an absolute debacle, really. It's an absolute debacle. Right, I'll just pop into the live chat very quickly and see what you legends are talking about. This whole quick reaction about Ten Hag, Glazer, shithouses, etc. Yeah, exactly, Rushmano. Precisely, we're just talking about it. Get in there, Rushy. All Fergie has to say is Glazers out. That's all he has to do. Imagine what sort of an impact and an influence Sir Alex Ferguson would have if he said that enough is enough and their ownership is a big problem at Manchester United. Unfortunately, he does keep quiet. Unfortunately, he does just watch from the stands, and he doesn't, he isn't vocal. You see players, ex-players at Manchester United, people like Gary Neville, for instance, being very vocal in regards to the disdain of the ownership. And what Gary Neville says is 100% spot on in regards to the Glazers. But for some reason, Fergie won't say it. I mean, I guess he loves the club so much, he doesn't want to be outcast by the owners. If he was to say something like that, do you think he's coming along to the next game? But the reality is, it's the bigger picture here. Once the shithouse owners are gone, then we can get new owners, and Fergie's right back in again. Everybody loves Fergie. That's not the problem, and I get it. While he was there, he was successful in spite of the Glazers, but certainly not because of. Certainly not because of. Neville is a pundit. Yes, of course he's a pundit, but he's also an ex-player with affiliations to Manchester United, and there's a lot of players who have left Manchester United who are not prepared to speak up because they don't want to lose that sort of connection with the side, or create that wedge between their position with the club and the club. And then there's people like Gary Neville who just say it how he sees it, and I do like that. Lewis says he's on the Glazer payroll. Well, maybe so, lad. Yeah, how can Fergie sit and watch the club crumble? Makes no sense to me. I don't get it either. I really wish he would just come out and say something about it and discuss it and address it and give an honest opinion on it. But all he's ever said, really, when I've ever heard Fergie speak about the Glazers is, Manchester United have never wanted for anything while they're here. Well, if that's the case, then why are we $1 billion in debt? Why did they buy the football club with £700-800 million worth of money that wasn't pigging theirs? And all they've done is languish Manchester United in more debt than we were in, even when they took it over. I mean, they haven't actually serviced Manchester United well. They've got a duty of care at Manchester United to service us well. They haven't done that. So I don't know why anybody would have any opinion other than the Glazers have run this football club into the ground. I don't get it. David Watkins, nobody's suggesting being angry with Fergie, David. I think you're misinterpreting this. What we're saying is Fergie is such an influential figure within Manchester United who had such a massive impact on the success of the football club for nearly 3 decades, lad, that if anybody is going to make it, have an influence on the Glazer shithouses saying enough is enough, let's just fucking get gone, then it's people like that. It's figures at this football club, figureheads of this football club can have their say, and they can have a big influence and help the situation, rather than just being okay with what's going on and being okay with watching Manchester United fail. Nobody's angry with Sir Alex Ferguson. This guy's a fucking legend of this football club who's the most successful manager in the history of the game. Nobody's angry with him. But what we would like is for him to use his legendary status and his influence in a positive way to get these Glazer shithouses gone. So it's very, very, tough. Yep, he is. Well, listen, Fat Chinese Gaming, he can walk away, can't he? And as soon as the new owners are in, Fergie can do what he wants again, mate, because everybody fucking loves Fergie, lad. But that's it. Mount says Fergie loves the Glazers. It's a disgrace, isn't it? It is wrong. I don't like that. I really don't like that situation. But anywho, look. These are obviously days gone by. It's been 10 years since Fergie was at this football club. 10 years. But the Glazers have had this club for nearly 2 decades, and their mismanagement of this football club is why we are where we are. Okay, you know, people will say Ten Hag, people will say the players, whatever the case may be, and that's all a factor, of course it is. But I think the biggest reason is the Glazers. I mean, let's ask the live chat very quickly for a bit of fun. We've got 462 legends in here. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and comment. But now's the time to have your say. What do you think the most singular reason why Manchester United is in the situation it's in and failing is? What's the most singular reason, or the singular most reason, that Manchester United are failing? Is it the manager? Is it the players? Is it the recruitment? Or is it the fucking owners, the shithouse Glazers? Get your thoughts and opinions in, because I genuinely believe it's the standards that have been set. It's the lack of, you know, of management direction at this football club for a long time. You've got players and managers and people who's just come in here and been allowed to slip the standards at Manchester United because of the shithouse owners. You've had wanky bankers like Eddie Woodward over the years, just caring about the finances at Manchester United, not caring about the football aspect of things. And this has had a knock-on effect through the years. It's filtered down to the rest of the club, and it's toxic. D. Valentino, thanks for subscribing, and Ash, thank you very much for subscribing. So let's see what people say in regards to the singular most reason why this football club is failing. Glazers, says Sancho. Glazers, the board. Glazers. Joel Glazer. Glazers, the owners. Sir Alex? Come on, man. I mean, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? Just blaming it all on Sir Alex, lad. Come on. Glazers. The Glazers definitely, but everything else doesn't help. Well, everything else doesn't help, but these people would be able to do their jobs a heck of a lot easier, you know, if we had a better foundation to build on, if we actually had some direction at this football club in a positive direction as well, not just a negative direction. Everything. I mean, it is a big problem, listen, but I'm talking about the singular most reason. Obviously, the manager has started the season quite poorly. You can't argue that his substitutions were terrible yesterday. The players have started the season like a bunch of absolute bollockless gash bags. You can't argue with that either. You can't argue with some of the off-the-field issues that we've got at the moment. There's big problems everywhere in this football club, but the singular most reason is got to be the owners. It's got to be the owners, if you ask me, because of how poorly they've ran this football club into the ground over the years. And it's, you know, it's the standards of Manchester United slipping. It's a combination, of course it is Drew, but I do think that they're the primary reason why this has gone on. Oh, it's a passionate chat tonight, guys. Thank you for getting in here, everybody. Right, we're going to just talk about some sort of positives, I guess, if you can call them that. Yeah, Mount says there's nothing positive with this club. Yeah, let's get on and talk about, I guess, a couple of little positive things. Ten Hag's obviously been speaking post-game. He's, crikey, you know, you can see that he's obviously in a concerning sort of position right now. Now, he said that, you know, it's not time for a panic. It's not time for a crisis just yet. But obviously, they're very disappointed with the result yesterday and the performance, and very disappointed with how the season has started. Paul, thank you for your super chat here, Paul. He says, where is Bruno's leadership in the dressing room? Asses should be stinging. Oh, kinky. Well, fair play to you, Paul. Well, listen, mate, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But the thing is, if you think about, say, a game like yesterday, I personally think Bruno Fernandes has been a pretty good captain so far. But if you think about it like yesterday, he is kind of being asked to do something of him which isn't, you know, if he was central in his favoured position for all of the game, influence of the game, how he can influence the game, I feel like he could maybe do more. The fact is, he is being asked to play out of position. The fact is, we didn't have to select the team in that sort of manner. It's not just, you can't just blame Bruno Fernandes for not leading the side well. I personally think he's been a reasonable captain for us so far. He showed passion. He's certainly not been Keno or whatever, but he's only had the armband in the league for like 5 games, lad. So we've got to give him time. Of course, we have to give him time. It's not just down to Bruno Fernandes at all why we haven't been winning these games, is what I'm saying. But fair enough. I mean, fair enough. Who knows what he isn't? Who knows if he isn't doing that, though? I mean, my personal opinion of Bruno Fernandes is he is the sort of passionate fella that if he's not happy with something that's happened on the pitch, he's the sort of person to go into the dressing room and call somebody out on it. I would hope that's the case. But fair enough. You know, we do need to see more from him, as we do need to see a lot more from the players. You know, this group of players is an issue. They don't have the bollocks. You know, we've got 11 eunuchs out there. That's the problem. We've got people with empty sacks playing for Manchester United when what we really need is some cojones on the pitch, guys. Some belief, some grit. We don't have enough sort of fight in our bellies, unfortunately, these guys out there. They're all crumble jobs. Thank you, James Lorna, for subscribing. Rashi says we're so close to 75k subs. We're getting there, aren't we? Thank you, buddy. We've got another super chat as well here from Kurt Koenig. He says, the thinking that money alone can buy success, that is the misconception. Absolutely, absolutely. You're absolutely right. We've seen it many times, haven't we, over the years? Middlesbrough back in the 90s or whoever it is. There's loads of clubs that have spent big money and they're expecting to get instant success, and it doesn't happen. It takes a long time for these foundations to be laid, and also you just have to set the right standards and constantly strive for greatness and better things. That's how you achieve greatness, is to be constantly striving for better things, not by resting on your laurels or stagnating or going backwards. So I agree, yeah, the owners just think, oh, we can spend a bit of money on players. Doesn't matter about the rest of the squad. Doesn't matter about the coaching, the recruitment, the networks. Doesn't matter about the facilities. Doesn't matter about the stadia. Doesn't matter about any of that. Let's just spend money on players and that'll be enough. It's never enough. It's not enough. And it has been a big misconception that you can just throw money at a football club and instantly make them better. It takes time, just like anything. Look at Chelsea last season. They spent hundreds of millions on players, but it didn't really do them much good last season, did it, really? Let's be fair. So, yes, I couldn't agree more, Kurt Koenig. That is a big misconception, lad. Yes, definitely. And you're spot on as well, Kate Cadet. He says it's not just about money, but it's about understanding how to run your club properly, and that's not what's happening at United. Spot on. So mismanagement from the top down. Mismanagement from the top down, from every aspect. We've got people who are like financiers, people who are just looking out for the Glazers' bank balance, working within the hierarchy of the football club. I mean, that's not right. We should have people who are working to improve Manchester United in every single department on the football aspect, on the football side of things. You know, we could also certainly have, leadership, direction. We don't have to spend £80 million on Maguire. We don't have to spend £85 million on Pogba only to allow him to go on a free transfer years later. We've been signing the wrong types of players for years. And Ten Hag's obviously come in and he's signed players who he sees fit to do the job for him. And largely, a lot of the signings have worked reasonably well. There's a couple that we're a little bit in question of. And only time will tell on a couple of the new guys as well. But certainly, you can't blame Ten Hag for the poor recruitment that's taken place over the years at Manchester United. It's just, maybe this summer was a little bit poor from us, you've got to say. You know, we could have maybe done more. We could have perhaps, I don't know, kept De Gea. We could have signed Kane. We could have used the money from Mount and Onana on Kane. We could have perhaps signed a midfielder earlier doors. We could have got Sofian before the bloody last day of the transfer window. We could have done a lot more, is what I'm saying, but we didn't. We've maybe recruited a little bit poorly this summer compared to others and compared to what we could have done. But it's easy to say that with hindsight. But it's not just about the recruitment. It's about all other aspects of the club, as I say. It comes down to, you know, scouting networks, recruitment, youth setups, everything, places we're being left behind on. And most of all, it's the ownership from the top of the club. Look at Brighton. Brighton's drubbed us up. Brighton have got new stadium. Brighton have got great direction at their football club. There's a unity, there's a spirit, there's a belief amongst their fan base that they're going in the right direction. And that is because they're a well-run football club from, you know, the top down. It's not just about buying players, clearly, because they had a set of players out on the pitch yesterday against us that cost, I think, £17 million to assemble, up against United's team, which was hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players out there on the pitch. You know, Sancho's left nut cost as much as Brighton's whole starting 11 yesterday. Do you know that guy? Sancho's fucking bollock bag, the golden fucking goose himself, cost more than Brighton's whole setup. It's just wrong. So it definitely is not about money. Our youth players are the answer, says SDJC Correa. Great comment as well, yes. See, that's one thing. Let's just be honest. Ten Hag has got it wrong recently. Ten Hag got it wrong yesterday. So as much as I've just been blaming the Glazers and the ownership and all and the leadership and the running of the football club upstairs, you do also have to say that Ten Hag's made some silly decisions. Like yesterday, for instance, I think he did get it wrong largely with his selection. You know, playing Bruno not in his favourite position, not having Palistri or perhaps Garnacho starting the game, selecting Scott McTominay. You know what you're going to get from Scott McTominay. Don't be surprised, Eric Ten Hag, when you select Scott McTominay, he performs like fucking a gash bag. Don't be surprised if you bring Tony Martial off the bench and he completely fucking goes invisible. Do not be surprised. We know what happens with these guys. They're proven. So, of course, he's got some things wrong lately. I agree with you. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you agree with SJD that we should be looking to the youth. We should be giving some opportunities to young players. Look at Mesbury's come off the bench, smashed a banger. You know, what about players like Garnacho and Pellistri? They got 10 minutes yesterday to try and do something. That's not good enough. These guys are talented, hungry players who've got a lot to prove and a lot to show. We should be seeing more from them. So, yeah, you know, Ten Hag's got to do that, in my opinion. Hopefully he learns. That's it. You know, we can only keep defending people for so long. If they keep making the same mistakes of previous seasons, then I'm sorry, but it's going to catch up with them at some point. I think we've got to see players like Garnacho utilised. We've got to see players like Pellistri utilised. This is important for Manchester United's growth. It's all about our DNA of a history of a football club is developing youth players, playing with the youth. And we haven't done enough of it in recent times. So I hope that that's the case. I hope we see a lot more of this. So there's quite a few ones coming in the live chat as well. Certainly. When you've got a senior player who's underperforming, whose head's gone, i.e., you know, whoever it may be, Slabby Maguire, Scott McTominay, Tony Martial, they're clearly low on confidence. They're beaten. They're already beaten before they get out there on the pitch, if you ask me. Why not use a player who is young, hungry, perhaps even some may say reckless, you know, gung-ho even. I'd rather have some player who's got that sort of that lack of fear, that exuberance about them, that they're prepared to go out there and play some bloody football instead of constantly being worried about how they're going to mess up. You know, we've got too many negative Nellies in the football club and we need to just not play them anymore. We don't have to play McTominay. We don't have to play Martial. So I hope Ten Hag realises this and does give chances to these younger players now, because otherwise, you know, he's making his own bed to a degree. Look, Ten Hag, there's no point panicking about Ten Hag right now because it's only 5 games in. Anybody saying Ten Hag out is a melter. But the reality is, these things will catch up with him. Play Pellistri, spot on. Kobbie Mainoo returning soon. Absolutely Hannibal. These guys, give them some chances and they'll hopefully repay your faith in them. But look, the title of this video, is the season over? You know, season over, question mark. It's sad to say, guys, but we're literally 5 games into the season and it almost feels like that. Now, obviously the season is not over. Let's be honest, we've got 33 games left. We started last season badly. We can go on and we can salvage this season. A few wins in a row breeds that confidence. You get the points on the board. If we win 3 games in a row, we've got Burnley next in the league. If we can't beat Big in Burnley, there's a serious problem at this football club, isn't there? You know, we start picking up the points. We start getting the points on the board. Confidence gets bigger and we can start to believe that maybe we can have a decent season. But I'll just ask the live chat, yes or no, is this season over in terms of having a good, successful season in the Premier League? Look, there's always cups, there's always Champions League, but crikey, I mean, yes or no, is this season over? I'm gonna try and be positive and say, do you know what? No, it's not. But it's probably very unlikely to get to the point where I wanted it to get to, which is challenging for the Premier League title. I don't believe we can do that. Just based on the start we've had and based on how we look and based on the issues on and off the field at Manchester United. I just can't see it. But it's obviously not over yet, is it? Dell says it is. Paul says no. No easy game, says Malps. No, says PJ and Simon. Yes, says DX. No, says John Boy. Oh, no. Yes. Yes, get in there. Rushmonitor says no, we will bounce back. Love it. Yes, says Sir Jummy. Good, thank you guys for getting in here. Pretty much yes, says Ethan. Still early, but not a great start. Absolutely, yes. So, look, it's a bit split, but we've still got a lot to do. Gungshi says, of course not. Absolutely, guys. Keep the faith. Let's hope Ten Hag can bounce back. To be fair to him, he did it last year, and we were very happy with Ten Hag overall of the season last year. To just chuck him under the bus after 5 games is just silly. Anyway, Ten Hag's been speaking. Let's move on. Ten Hag's been speaking. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here, by the way. Smash the like button if you haven't done so. Give us a like spike. 480 legends in here. Let's see if we can get 480 likes. And also smash the subscribe button if you're new. We're already on 74,917. How has that happened? I don't know if there's 83 people in here who are new to the channel, but if there is, smash that subscribe button, because if you do, we might even hit 75,000 during this show. It's possible. We have been awful, mate. I know, we're lucky to win against Wolves, weren't we? Tommy says the risk and reward seesaw of our due diligence to the club are obviously terrible. Stupid people making bad decisions is why we are where we are. Well said. Very eloquently put there from Tommy Boyle. You know what I'm saying? Love that, Tommy. Love that. We got some positive news, I suppose, if you want to call it that, though, which is that we should hopefully have some players coming back soon. We know we have had injury problems at the start of this season, which has also contributed to our poor form and poor start because we haven't had everybody to choose from. We've missed some big players like Raphael Varane, for instance. It seems that when we've got Raphael Varane in the back line, we're a much better team. Problem is keeping him fit because he's such an injury-prone melter, but he is obviously a great player for Manchester United and a big player. It breeds confidence in the side. Without him, you look at the back line, Lindelof comes in. You know, it seems like everybody catches the flat-pack furniture bug of meltery. And I'm not just blaming Lindelof, it's just the fact he is not as big as a player or as good as a player as Raphael Varane. He doesn't have that presence, and he creates a shaky environment at the back there. It seems like Martinez much prefers playing alongside Raphael Varane because Martinez looks a much better player when he's playing alongside Raphael Varane as well. And it's like Maguire. When you pop Maguire in the team, everybody's going, oh shit, we've got a bloody Easter Island head at the back, watch out. You know, it doesn't breed confidence. Whereas having Raphael Varane, 4-time UCL winner in your side, who more often than not performs very well for Manchester United, it does breed the confidence. So we can't get Raphael Varane back in the side soon enough. Ten Hag's been speaking on Mason Mount and Raphael Varane, and he's quoted as saying this: both are in a good place. They are shortly coming towards a return. So get in there. We've got to hope that that's very, very soon. When will it be? Well, I mean, it's probably not going to happen, you know, for the Bayern Munich game, unfortunately, which is only in a few days' time. Ten Hag said this on returning players from injury, that maybe one player could be back for the Munich game. But he says, I think Munich is a little bit too short. But I think when we go to Burnley in the week after, I think players will return, yes. So that's really positive. Let's hope that by that Burnley game, we will see players like Sofian Amrabat, Raphael Varane, of course, maybe even Kobbie Mainoo, perhaps players like this. And as we just mentioned, you know, Mason Mount and players like this, hopefully fit and available and ready to play for us. That's what we need. That would be tremendous if we can get these players back, because we do have serious issues when it comes to, you know, fitness at the moment. That has to be said. Players are just coming back from fitness as well. People like Rasmus Højlund, he was a positive in the game yesterday. He's still got a lot more to offer, obviously. But look, he's not even 100% yet. He hasn't caught up in terms of his conditioning, his match sharpness. Once he's there, I think we'll see a really great player for us. But look, obviously, there is some bad news coming out. I mean, this is a questionable source, but there are some reports on social media suggesting that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is out for a couple of months due to a hamstring injury. I mean, if that's true, that's an absolute debacle and a nightmare, isn't it? If you could just add him to the injury list right now, that is absolutely awful. He's one of our best players right now based on consistency. He didn't start the game. He did not start the game against Brighton, obviously. He came on for the last 10 minutes, which I do not understand. I really don't understand that, to be honest. Deception says, goody shite. Oh, you must be a Man City wank bag lad with no bloody clue. What are you talking about? Wan-Bissaka has been literally our best player of 2023, mate. You're talking nonsense there, sorry. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but your opinion there is just wrong. Wan-Bissaka is not shy. Wan-Bissaka has literally been our best player for a year now, bud. Hate to tell you that. He's been so good, so consistently great for us. He is a massive loss. If we lose him, he's a massive loss, because it means we have to go and start playing melters like Diogo Dalot there instead. And trust me, Wan-Bissaka is one of our most consistent players. So, look, he's out for a long time. You know, he's out for a significant amount of time, and it does look like, we'll be struggling in that position, and that's a big problem area for us. Wan-Bissaka is our most consistent player, as I was just saying. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Yep, Jeff says, Wan has been busting his butt for United. Sad if he's out. Yeah, and people talk about, people are easy to criticise players at United. How's about we praise some of our players sometimes, eh? Think about Wan-Bissaka and his situation at Manchester United over the last year or two. Just think about that for a second. So he came in, he did well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was always good for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Everybody went to shite at the football club. He had a bit of a ropey spell. Ten Hag's come in, and he's not even getting selected. Ten Hag's going with Dalot. Ten Hag's not playing Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's had injury issues and stuff like that, but he's always shown the right mentality. He's always been professional. He's always worked hard, apart from that driving ban incident. Apart from that, he's always worked hard on the pitch for Manchester United, and worked very hard and been professional, and just got his head down and worked his socks off to get back into that team. That's the mentality. Never mind this Sancho mentality of just, being a big ego and not being prepared to work hard and force your way back into the side and change the manager's mind. That's exactly what Wan-Bissaka did, is change the manager's mind. He's been doing brilliantly. So I love a bit of Wan-Bissaka. It's a travesty It's a travesty if Wan-Bissaka is injured for a couple of months. So I'm very, very sad to hear that and report on that if that's the case. Very, very sad. Just let's all wish him the best of wishes. Get well soon, Wan-Bissaka. We need him. He's been a sensational player for us. Sensational player. So, Ten Hag, just on the Bayern Munich situation, we obviously get them coming up in a few days. Confidence is at an all-time low. Well, not all-time low, but confidence is definitely low at Manchester United right now. We're coming up against the German behemoths, which are Bayern Munich, who are obviously a very, very good side. They've not started the season tremendously well. I think they drew their last game, but, you know, right now, any club is a tough game for Man United. Clearly, we just lost to Brighton and got outclassed at home at Old Trafford against Brighton. Brighton are a good team right now, but look, Bayern Munich are winners. Bayern Munich are a strong side. So to have to go and play Bayern Munich right now, it's really not the fixture we need, is it? They've got Harry Kane, their new player up there, looking to prove a point. Obviously, he'll relish the chance of playing against Manchester United in the Champions League for Bayern Munich. They will provide him chances. And as far as I'm concerned, Harry Kane will probably batter us. I think that team of Bayern Munich right now will probably beat us. I hate to say it, you know, stranger things can happen. You can always get an upset victory. You can always get a reaction and a performance from a team that's struggling, particularly in a big game like that you should be getting up for. But let's just ask the live chat, what do you think the prediction for the game is? What's your prediction for the game? Sadly, I think we're going to lose the game, and I think we'll lose it handedly. I'm going to say 3-1 to Bayern Munich. Honestly, I'm really not confident about this particular game at all at the moment. Just due to the fact that they are a good side, and we are really not a good side right now. And they've got Kane, he's just going to like playing against us, and maybe prove a point as to why didn't we go in for him? Why did we not try and get Kane? If he was going to stay in England, Man United would have been the only destination. We didn't even bother and try and get him. Maybe he's got a point to prove against us. FJT says, I see 4 goals. Kane will get them all. Mark says 4-0. Jefferman says 4-0. Gungshi says lose. Rasmus says 10-0. Bloody hell, guys. This is not good, is it? Bayern would put 5 or 6 past us, says the cake in it. 8-0, says Mark Boyle. Well, listen, guys, you guys need to calm down a little bit here. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. What's the matter with you all? I know I said I fancy Bayern winning the game, and I don't see us winning it. 5-0, 10-0, 8-0. What's the matter with you folks? The reality is, Man United won't lose by that much, I don't think, because if you look at how we sort of played against Arsenal, that's probably how we're going to play. We're probably going to play in a super negative, defensive, counter-attacking, guff-tight way of playing football. I don't think we'll leave that many holes open. Yeah, we've got to do that well to still not get done by Bayern. But I don't think we will even be going there to win the game at this stage. I think we'll just be going there to try and bloody get a draw. So I'm not so sure. I don't think we'll get battered or anything, but I think we'll lose. I'm going to say 3-1 to Bayern, but fair play. 3-0 says Nihar, 4-1 says Simon, 3 or 4-1 says Madhouse, Bayern 3-0 says David, 2-1 says Red Olsen, lose 3-0, 3-1 says Flippin' Kingslayer, Dog and Duck would smash us at the moment, maybe so. Melissa says you think we'll score, yeah, you know, maybe some sort of, bit of luck. Deflection, something like that, who knows? Agree, Piggy, don't see how we win versus Bayern, can't see us scoring, says Roshmano, 2-1 says Simon, 5-0 says D-Money. I do remember that, Yagoob. I do, of course. Yes, mate. In the Parc des Princes, I do remember that. You're absolutely right. Stranger things have happened, haven't they? 5-1 Maguire hat-trick. Oh, no, a hat-trick of OGs. Bloody Helsing games. 0-0, then I woke up, says Roshmano. We are worse than when we played Liverpool, says David. Bayern got it easy in the Sausage League. Might work in our favour if we play positive. A fair one. I mean, they do. But they are a seasoned team, and winning breeds confidence, and it's going to be tough. 4-1 Bayern, says Mark Wallace. 15-0 losses, says Jummy. Fair play to you guys. Yeah, thanks everyone for getting your predictions in. Either way, it's not going to be an easy game. SJDC Correa says a respectable result against Bayern Munich will turn our season around. Fair one, yeah. And it's about the performance as well. Do we see bollocks and do we see cojones from the players and the team and the manager? I'd love to see us go there and actually just go, you know what? We're struggling at the moment. Let's go and try and rip these guys apart. It's the last thing that they're going to think is Manchester United go out there, all guns blazing, attack. And maybe that's not the right thing to do, but I'd rather lose going for it than lose by trying to be a defensive melt setup like we were against Arsenal. So I hope we just surprise them a little bit, go and smash them up. It's possible. You know, he's taken players like Rasmus Højlund off in the game against Brighton after 63 minutes. A debacle of a decision, if you ask me, because he looked like one of the likely players to score. If we could get anybody to score. But You know, maybe he's done that so he can, you know, have him playing against Bayern, obviously. And let's just say, who knows, Rasmus plays a great game and we get the ball to him and he bangs in a couple of goals. Anything could happen, really. So it's very hard to predict these games of football, isn't it? You can assume that we're going to get done because Bayern are a great team and Man United are looking absolutely abysmal right now. But you just never know. Can we get the game called off? Hey, what's going on? Marky Harris getting in here from Australia, mate. He says, Big Sam with a Frey Benny incoming. No youth policy. Oh, goodness me. Big Sam with a Frey Bentos pie. Guys, can we get a hashtag 21 and a Frey Bentos emoji in there, please, for Marky Harris? Thank you, Mark Harris, for getting in here, being a member for nearly 2 years, you absolute don. Appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you for getting in. Sadly, you know, you've been saying this for years, Mark Harris, about Ten Hag and his, lack of youth sort of faith in the youth and to play the youth. Let's hope he learns. Let's hope he does it now, man, because I've been trying to defend him. But reality is he does need to do exactly what you've just said. He does need to, you know, play. He does need to have a youth policy. We need to give opportunities to players like Garnacho and Pellistri. And we do need to give opportunities to players like Mejbri and Kobbie Mainoo and players like this, rather than going to Scott McTominay. Why is Scott McTominay getting stuck in there instead of Mejbri from the start of the game? Give it to somebody young and hungry. Don't just give it to somebody who's proven to be shite. Why is Martial coming off of the bench and not a young, hungry striker? We've got options. Why not a young, hungry striker? Why are we going for proven gash? That's what really pisses me off as well. So I think you've hit the nail on the head there, really. He doesn't seem to want to do it. We need to have more of a youth policy. It's fair. Ray Carl Brown Amory, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. He says, we got to play pretty terrible to get smashed. I see us keeping tight and nicking it. Yeah, I could see that as well. I think if you look at what Ten Hag's thinking and his way of playing in those big games, we'll probably go and do what we did against Arsenal and set up in a defensive manner and probably not get smashed, but we probably will lose. Whereas, you know, Jeff says, does Ten Hag play a face-saving defensive game or go for it? But if we went for it, maybe we could go and get the job done, and that could reignite the belief and confidence we have in this team and this season right now. So I really do hope that we go for it. I really hope we go for it. But I'll ask the chat on that one as well. I'll ask the chat on that one, guys. Do you think we go for it, or do you think we play defensive? Go for it or defensive? I don't think we'll go for it, to be fair. I think we'll be playing defensive, sadly. We'll be playing super defensive. It'll be guff. Jose Mourinho park the bus tactics, exactly, Malps. Sadly. But look, we could be surprised, couldn't we? That's what we need to do right now, is to bloody go for it. Go out on our shield. Go for it, says you are. Yeah, it's a fair one, Rashad, but we really are looking awful. Keep coming back, Ten Hag, says FGT. We go for it, says Batman. If you go for it, you'll get ripped, says Mark Boyle. Well, if we just sit back and defend, we probably get ripped anyway. That's the problem. Kyle Smith, thank you for the 2-month membership, bro. And your comment here, he says, Bayern can be got on the counter. Rashi and Garno, says Kyle Smith. Well, I mean, they can, I suppose. We could see it. We saw it in the Arsenal game. Rashford on the counter, cut Arsenal open, didn't we? It can happen, but everything needs to go our way for that to happen, really. But that's probably how we're going to play anyway. Go for it, says SDJC. Defensive, go for it. Do it now. Come on. What are you waiting for? Just cancel the match. We are shite, says Steve. We need to get that killer instinct back, says Simon. We do, don't we? Bayern weakest part in their backline. To be fair, like, going for it in that game is just not very realistic. Think about even like the Fergie days. How many European nights were there where Fergie has set us up to be, let's face it, quite negative, defensive, just basically going somewhere like that to go and play out a draw? That happened a lot. I just don't see us going for it against Bayern in this particular game. We are going to park the bus. We are going to park the bus. And that's probably the right thing to do, really. Don't get smashed. Try and nick the game. That is probably the right thing to do. Vutinator, thank you for the likes, Tally, mate. Says we've just hit 246 likes. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting in. Let's set a like target of 300 likes today. Smash the like button on this stream if you haven't done so. That would be immense. Give us a massive like spike and help the channel out and help us get to 300 likes before the end of the show. That'd be amazing. It does help us out to compete with clickbait wankers and corporation channels also, so make sure you do leave a thumbs up if you haven't done, and hit the subscribe button and hit the repost button in the live chat. We'll shout you out at the end of the show. We are doing a giveaway, by the way, tonight, guys, as well. We are doing a giveaway. That's coming a bit later at the end of the show. Obviously, last night there was like 42 people who entered into the competition for a t-shirt giveaway. So we'll choose that at the end of the show. So stick around for that, everybody, to see if it's you who's got the prize. Nice one. Right, okay, so look, Wan-Bissaka injured. Players coming back from injury. We've got Bayern coming up. It's going to be a tough one. Ten Hag said this. Absolutely, Bayern Munich, I think, is one of the favourites to win the Champions League, so we have to be good there. But I think I've already explained what we need there. We need character, belief, resilience, determination, absolutely. So we do need all those things. We've got to show passion, bollocks, and fight. If we don't do that, we're done for. And this team hasn't shown a whole lot of bollocks recently, have we? AML says he's super excited for the game. Oh, I wish I was as well. I really wish I was as well, but sadly I'm fearing the game. I'm hiding behind the sofa like I'm watching some bloody horror movie at the moment at United right now. I'm fearing this game of football right now, because if we get smashed 5-0, bloody hell, heads are going to roll. It is serious. It is serious right now at United. Things are very shaky and ropey, and we need something to... Yeah, I'm with you, Rushmano. He's dreading it as well. I'm seriously dreading it too, because if we lose and get hammered, goodness me, the confidence is in the shitter, and Ten Hag's going to struggle to get everything back on track again. Even though it's so early on in the season, it's really going to be a struggle. But equally, it's the sort of game that if we do well and get a good result, it can actually, it can actually revitalise the team, galvanise the team, and help us this season. So it's a scary game of football right now, though. We don't need that, do we? We don't need that. Just on Bayern Munich very quickly, I really hope this is true after yet another gash-tastic performance by Shotty McColostomy Bag McShot Bag McShortbread McTominay. But there are reports still coming out that Scott McTominay's a target for Bayern Munich in January. We heard that Tuchel had some interest in them in this summer. And let's hope it's bloody true. See you later on, Scotty McTominay. Pack your fucking bag, lad. Pack your fucking bagpipes up, lad, and do one. Apparently Thomas Tuchel wants him. Well, we'll see about that. Let's hope that he fucks off in Jan. If that's the case, I think United can maybe go and improve in that area just by signing anybody. We could probably get Billy, who works down the local co-op, and slot him in the centre of the park, and he'd do a better freaking job than Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay needs to do one. Let's hope that this is true. I can't necessarily see it, because why the fuck would a top European side want Scotty McColostomy Bag McTominay? It's mad, isn't it? It's mental. But if they do, then more for them. Let's hope that we can get rid. Scott McTominay out. Scott McTominay, get out, son. Get out my club, son. You know what I'm saying? I've had enough of that guy. He was a ghost, wasn't he, Lewis Eraser? He was a ghost, mate. It was like watching bloody Patrick Swayze in that movie. Ghost. Wasn't it, Lewis Eraser? He was fucking invisible, bro. He was doing his John Cena impression in the middle of the park. You can't see me. He was fucking nowhere. And then Casper's come on in the form of Tony Martin as well. We had a couple of fucking ghosts on the pitch, lad. Unreal. We had the whole cast of Casper the Friendly Ghost on there, actually. We had bloody Stinky, Fatso, Stretch, and Casper. All on the pitch at the same bloody time, lad. Can they sign him before Wednesday, says Berber. Unfortunately not, but that would be the dream, wouldn't it? Get gone of that colostomy bag. Absolutely. You'd pack his bag yourself, says Simon. Same old McAverage, nothing in 5 years. Damn right, damn right. As usual, you will defend Scotty Mac. Well, I'm glad that somebody can, defend Scott McTominay, Luan France. I really am. If only Scott McTominay could bloody defend. You know what I mean? I'm glad you want to defend him. But if only he could bloody defend, then that would be nice. It's a great movie, isn't it? Yeah. Ray Carl Brown Amory, thanks for another super chat, mate. He says the players need to step up and stop letting us down. They should take this game and pride show everyone we're not crap. Spot on, Ray. Love that. Absolutely. Show what we're made of. Are we men or are we mouse? Or mice. I think we know that. Sadly. But look, we can go a long way to showing what we're made of and save this season with a good performance and hopefully a result, but primarily a good performance against Bayern Munich. Exactly. Well, Berber, we've got differences of opinions on Trashford. He was absolutely abysmal in the second half, though, yesterday, wasn't he? But certainly I agree with you on the Maguire and McTominay situation. 100%. McAverage lost his man in midfield multiple times. Such a poor player. Oh, it just goes through the motions out there. Awful. Fed up with that toss of Gashford, says Chocolate Sorry Balls. Fair one. Well, I will say this about Rashford is that, he is not the most intelligent. He lacks the vision. He's too selfish and he needs to kick up the arse. But to say that he doesn't have the raw talent is wrong. And he actually was our best player last season for us. So, but it's not last season anymore. You can't just rest on that. You've got to continue and grow. He's only 25. This should still not be the best Rashford we've seen. The only way he's going to get to be the best Rashford is to learn from his mistakes. Stop being so selfish, To be fair to him, the first half yesterday, he was the best player on the pitch for Manchester United, in my humble opinion. No doubt about it. But the second half, he might as well be the worst player on the pitch. So, it's very hit or miss from him at the minute, isn't it? Very hit or miss. Right, okay, I'm going to move on with a couple more topics, guys, before we get into the live chat and before we draw the giveaway. There's a few more stuff to discuss, and it's all negative, but let's talk about this. So, by the way, just on Wan-Bissaka, we were talking about him being injured, but there are still reports that there's talks of Amran Wan-Bissaka having, a new contract discussions taking place at this moment in time. So that's some positivity. Now for the negativity. So, this is from James Ducker from The Telegraph, who says that Manchester United say they carried out due diligence checks on Antony, as they do all transfer targets, before signing him, but that their investigations unearthed no evidence of any domestic abuse allegations or police involvement regarding the player. So one of the issues we've got at United right now is obviously no Antony. That's one of the issues Ten Hag has. He doesn't have this player available for him right now. Apparently we carried out checks and, didn't find anything wrong. To be fair, there's some allegations about Antony and an incident that happened in a car a couple of years back and all this, but if you look into it, apparently, there's like reports from people suggesting, that in the police report, there is basically a report of two women having a fight in his car or something along these lines, and he's trying to break it up or whatever the case may be. And so, it sounds a lot worse that there's allegations of assault and things like this going on for that incident. Obviously there's 3 different incidents here, but for that incident it sounds a lot worse maybe than it actually is, but again, have to wait and see what more comes out about that. But apparently Man United were unaware that a police report for an alleged assault on a woman had been filed against Antony more than 3 months before the club signed him. So this is the one apparently in the car, but apparently if you look more into it, I've seen some reports anyway from people suggesting that it's not as simple as it sounds, like there's an alleged assault of a woman a few months before. Apparently it's something to do with getting involved with a couple of women having a party in his car or something like that. So who really knows the extent and the severity of these situations? Man United certainly didn't have this information, or at least didn't care about this information at the time, because they've come out and said that they did their due diligence and, it's not a simple case of, knowing that there was something wrong with his record and that they've taken him anyway. That's not the case. So apparently Man United just denying the fact that they ever knew anything about Antony having domestic abuse issues. Zamiasi's got in here with a super chat. What's going on? Says, imagine if the first 11 gets accused. What would happen, says Zamiasi? Then you'd be seeing a new version of that movie Mean Machine. We'll have to get Vinnie Jones in as well. If the first 11 gets accused, what would happen? I mean, that's wishful thinking from you, isn't it, Zane, mate, as an Arsenal scummer, Like, what a heinous comment, bro. Talk about kicking us while we're down, mate. What a heinous comment. Imagine if the first 11 gets accused. What would happen? I mean, in actuality, what would happen if the first 11 got accused is the first 11 would all be suspended, and we'd be playing with a bunch of youth players, probably Slabby Maguire captain in the side. Do you know what I mean? That's what actually would happen if the whole first 11 got accused of stuff. But that's not going to happen, say me, assy lad. Come on. We've had one person accused here. Okay, Greenwood's situation was fucking awful and he's pissed off to Getafe now. But, that's what you want, isn't it? Why are we even talking about our first 11 getting accused? What is this, Jamie Assey? This is some sort of sick, twisted fantasy world you're living in, isn't it? Goodness me. Come on, Zane. You can do better than that, my friend. You can do better than that, bro. Oh, my God. Fair play to you, though, Zane. But, if that was the case, then we'd just play the second string and we'd probably be just as good as we are with our starting 11 playing, to be honest. Sadly. Even with players like Donny van der Beek playing, we'd probably be just as good, let's face it. Okay, so, Antony's situation is the same. Just wanted to mention some of these reports that apparently United were unaware that there was a police report for an alleged assault against him that happened a few months before he was signed by Manchester United, apparently. We undertook our specific checks. But who was actually conducting these checks for Manchester United, in all fairness? Was it Slabby Maguire? Did he conduct his checks from a Mykonos jail cell? Like, who is the person in charge of checking on these situations at Manchester United? Is it the same person who invited that pedo to the bloody game, whatever his name is, Konopka or whatever, the ex-women's ladies coach? Is it the same guy who invited him to the bloody party? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck's in charge of doing these checks? This is ridiculous, isn't it? What's their reference? What's their way of finding out about information on people? They go on Wikipedia. They go on Wikipedia. Goodness me, if you go on Wikipedia, it says that Eric Ten Hag's got 3 heads, 7 bollocks, and fucking 3 shins. You know what I'm saying? Wikipedia's cash. Where do these guys actually get their information from is all I'm saying. It's crazy, isn't it? So, it's pretty strange. It's pretty strange. Anyway, look. All I'm saying is Man United need to step up their research department. That's what they need to do. Oh, goodness me. Okay, let's move on. There's a couple more things I want to discuss very, very quickly. Sami Assi here says... Oh, he says, I meant any first team 11. Industrial sabotage. Oh, okay. I see what you mean then. So, you meant any first team 11. So, if the whole team got accused... I mean, that's probably happened, isn't it? You hear about some of these, like, gangbangs going on and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, with a lot of players involved. Didn't that happen with a lower league team a few years back? I'm almost certain there was, like, 5 people involved. Was it, like, Barnett or something? Who was it, guys? Somebody will remember. A few years back, there was, like, 5 players who were accused of some stuff going on in a hotel once. You know what I mean? It could actually happen. It could actually happen, I suppose. That a whole team... have just been involved in some sort of bloody train party or something. You know what I'm saying? It would have surprised me, mate. But Sami Assi, we don't want to talk about that on this channel, bro. I guess it could be some sort of sabotage, though, if somebody was accused of something like that, bro. And they could just accuse multiple people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be true. That's the thing with accusations. Doesn't even necessarily have to be true, does it? It was that Bruce Konopka guy, or whatever his name was. Rush Mano, thanks for the £5 super chat, bro. Spurs says Sladhead, right, Spurs, okay. 3 Real Madrid players recently, says DJ Superfly Guy. 4 Real Madrid youth players got arrested a couple of days ago, says Sarah Melling. Bloody hell, it's all kicking off. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it could quite happen. Spurs and Dele Alli, says Sladhead, right, yeah, there's that one as well. Forest Green Gropers, says Batmouse, bloody hell. Right, anyway, all I'm saying is, I suppose it's possible that something like that could happen, but we don't want to necessarily talk about it on this channel. Rushmano, thank you for the super chat, mate. He says, just imagine if Arsenal has actually won something. I know that's pure fiction. Anyway, back on planet Earth. Yeah, to be fair, Arsenal do win a lot, though, Rushmano. They do win a lot, though, don't they, to be fair to them. It just so happens that it's within the World of Warcraft that Sami Assi stays up in his underpants playing until 5 a.m. every single night. You know what I'm saying? They win a lot there, but they don't win a lot in reality, like you say. It's just a work of fiction wherever Arsenal win. So, as long as it's, Sami Assi's Kingdom of fucking Gooners, or whatever he's playing on the old World of Warcraft at night, then they're pretty successful. But anywhere else, they're shy. They don't win, do they? No, they haven't won a Premier League for 20 years. They've never won the Champions League. It's a fair point, isn't it? So as much as, Arsene Holland's fans will come in here and criticise Man United right now and put the boot in, they are a laughing stock of a football club as well, aren't they? Yep, definitely. The Cinnamon, what's going on? Speaking of Arsenal scummers, how you doing, bud? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. What's happening? Yeah, Zane's all over the place, isn't he? He's like the wind. He's everywhere. He's everywhere, isn't he? Boomy says, Pig, who's winning a trophy first, Spurs or Arsenal in the incoming years? Probably Spurs. Probably Spurs. I mean, Arsenal, who knows, actually? Who knows? Probably Arsenal. Let's face it, Spurs are the biggest bowl jobs going, but Arsenal are a close second. Venom TV, thanks for your comments. Says, Pig, I'm new to the channel. I think the Glazers are setting up Ten Hag for failure like they've done to our last managers. Maybe so. It's easy to scapegoat the manager, isn't it? You're absolutely right. It could be. It's easy to scapegoat the manager. Don't give him what he needs. Have a reason to chop and change the managers, keep United stagnating, get the blame on the manager, just stay at the club, siphoning money out of the club. It's possible. Fair play, lad. Oh, yes, you changed your name as it's less of a mouthful. The Cinnamon, I was just going to say, actually, yeah. So it was First Class Gamer. The Cinnamon's a good name anyway. SJGC Korea says, if you're investing 100 million, you'd better have good diligence or appropriate contract clauses. Spot on. I know you think you do good research, won't you? Who are they going to sign next? Who are they going to sign in the next transfer window? Hannibal Lecter? You know what I mean? Oh my goodness me. What's the reason you want to play for Manchester United, Hannibal Lecter? I hear they have nice fava beans and some nice Chianti. You signed, lad. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck's the matter with our research team, what's the matter with Manchester United's recruitment policy? It has to be said. We have got some issues. But anyway, there, yeah, okay. Just on one wanker player that we've got at the football club. Thank you very much, SDJC Korea there. So, Jadon Sancho situation. Apparently, there's a report from Sport here that Barcelona are monitoring Sancho's situation. Come on, this has got to be bollocks. Surely nobody wants Jadon Sancho right now. He's got to be the most unwanted player in world football, doesn't he? He's completely awful. He plays like he's been injected with ketamine, and he's super slow and lazy. He doesn't train. He's got issues. Ten Hag has said as much publicly to try and get reaction out of him. He's responded by throwing his manager under the bus, essentially, by refusing to take that criticism and by publicly showing what an egomaniac he is. And there's plenty of teams that probably would want him from a talent perspective, I suppose, but it ain't all about talent, is it? It's about having the right mentality and being professional, and he's clearly not. Not only that, he's on a shitload of money, £300,000 a week. Nobody's going to want to pay that amount of money for this guy. It's ridiculous. And he's going to cost a significant amount as well, because Man United paid $73 million for him. We're not just going to let him go for nothing. So there is no way on earth that anybody wants Jadon Sancho, really. I don't think. The only way you could maybe get him gone at the moment is to loan him out and have somebody cover a portion of his wages. I don't see any team actually spending money on Jadon Sancho and paying him anywhere near what we pay him. It's crazy. Yeah, Malps says 350k is outrageous. To be fair, Malps, based on his performances this season, £150,000 a week would be outrageous for Jadon Sancho. How much do you think Sancho should be on at United, guys? So, based on the last 2 seasons he's been at the club, he's a 100k a week player. He's not much better than Jesse Lingard, is he? He's that sort of a player. So, the fact that he's on 350k is an absolute joke. Disingenuous statement, says Mark N. You what? Thanks for subscribing, Ibrahim Ralph. I appreciate you, bro. And Teddy Edison. Thank you for subscribing as well there, bro. Yes, nice one. If you guys are new to the channel like those guys, hit the subscribe button. Apparently, Martinez Billy the Butcher in disguise, says Keanu. 50 pieces cake. Yeah. Pig, stop playing him down. Shush, he's mint in case they're watching. A fair one. Come and get this wanker. 12k, says Gattuso. 50k, says Manhouse. Take the loss and give him a free. 75k, 10 quid. How much do job seekers get? It's what he deserves. 130k, 60, says Henrik. Lingard Mark 2, 100k. Nah, he's not worth piss all, is he? Luan says, to be fair, I believe Sancho would do amazingly away from United. Mark my words, there seems to be a black cloud hanging over us in the last few years, says Luan France. Maybe. I mean, it's a fair one. There has obviously been a lot of players, not just Jadon Sancho, that have come into this football club and caught the United bug, so to speak, and derailed their career. That's a fair one, but he just doesn't seem to have the right mentality. He just doesn't seem to have it mentally up there to be able to sort of fight and have that level of professionalism to take him to the heights of the game. He probably would go somewhere and do better than United. How could he do any worse? For the late night Fortnite addict, what's Milner on? 10k less than that, says the Mustard Day. Fair play, lad. I mean, Milner's an actual proven winner, to be fair to him. You know what you're going to get with James Milner. You're going to get somebody who works their fucking socks off. Something has gone on in the dressing room. Even Martinez is not his passionate self, says Daz Sweets. Stop dissing Sancho. He's worth Maguire's left nut, says King Boomy. Re-sign Lingardinho. Sancho should pay back 350k every week for 2 years and leave us alone. Great shout. Cinnamon says United need to stop buying these big name players. Do like Brighton. Get players that want to fight and win games. No egos. Couldn't agree more, lad. Spot on. 17 million their starting 11 cost. 17 million. And players want to fight for them and work hard and be professionals. You know, that's it. We just need to sign players. I said this yesterday, actually. We just need to start signing players. Never mind talent. Okay, talent obviously isn't important, but the primary reason we need to sign a player is based on their character, based on their personality, based on their professionalism, based on these sorts of things. That's the most important thing for Man United right now, is to have fighters, is to have workers. We have got some. Okay, Martinez was a bit gash yesterday, but he was actually, he was actually brilliant, wasn't he? He was actually brilliant. Mark says, stop talking shit if you never played Spurt. I think everybody's in here has played a bit of the Spurt there, Mark, and to be fair, lad. But, I mean, how do you define that? We're all football fans, mate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've played youth football. It doesn't mean I've played for fucking Bayern Munich, though, or Juventus. You know, nobody here has played football to the highest degree. What a stupid comment, Mark. Oh, if you've never played football, you can't have an opinion on football. What a fucking rancid comment, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's a spurt of a comment, that is, bud. You know what I mean? I think that's what you mean. Stop talking shit if you never played the sport. It's kind of what we do around here, mate. It's everybody's talking about the sport that they love and the team that they love. And or the team that they hate, maybe. Maybe there's people in here who are not United fans. But the point is everybody here has a valid opinion. Because that's all football is a game of opinions, man. Mark says it can be because a player out of form he is suddenly shite, says Mark N. With Sancho in particular though, it's like a consistent drop off for two years now. It's not a short term thing, is it? What a fucking spurt, says the cake. Shut your mouth if you haven't played Spurs. Anyway, listen. Group yellow card, right? Okay, let's do it. Mark N, lad, you're a legend. I appreciate your comments, but yellow card for you, my son. Yellow card for you. Heinous. That's heinous. Anyway, fair play, right. Yeah, we don't need to defend these shit players, Berber. I agree. You can't talk about football unless you played it in a skirt. Well, we better get Scott McTominay on the line then. Anyway, okay, great stuff. Thank you for that, guys. Right, okay, last thing I want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it, but the last thing I am going to talk about is the Greenwood getting game time in his last game, guys. So, we've left this to right at the end. Don't even really want to talk about it right now. We've got him gone from our football club for a reason. A lot of journalists going over there to cover the situation, though, isn't there? Bloody hell, big news for them. Clicks for them. Use the headlines for them. But, lots of different reasons why I don't want to talk too much about this. It's just we've done it and he's gone and he's not here. It'll be interesting to see how he does this season, I suppose. And we still think that maybe Man United are building up to the point where we're going to try and take Greenwood back in the future. Wouldn't surprise. So we know that their statement basically said something along the lines of it's important for Mason Greenwood to continue his development away from Manchester United. It didn't necessarily say that Greenwood's days at United are completely dead and over and he's going to get sacked off or mutually terminated or sold or loaned or whatever we can do to get him gone from the club. The reality is we might want to still have him in the future. He's an asset to the Glazers and Manchester United. So he's been over there at Get Off Me FC. He came on for the last 20 minutes of the game against Osasuna. And also, the score was 2-2 at the time. He won 2 corners and Getafe got a winner off the second corner. So he's already had a positive influence for Get Off Me FC. The fans absolutely love him. They gave him a big ovation when he came on and stuff. Says a lot about him, really. Says a lot about Get Off Me FC, doesn't it, really? Osasuna, on the other hand, Osasuna are going to face some sort of disciplinary issues from La Liga because apparently they're facing punishment after supporters chanted, "Greenwood, die." Osasuna fans not messing around. Apparently they're shouting, "Greenwood, die," over and over again towards Mason Greenwood during their game against Getafe. So Osasuna fans, they obviously lost. They weren't too happy about Mason Greenwood coming on the pitch, guys. So it's only Get Off Me FC that are going to be happy in Spain about having Greenwood there. You see what's happened with, their coach, that guy from the Spanish Football Federation or whatever, that Rubiales guy. He's not allowed to go within 200 yards of Hermoso, and he's had to resign and all the rest of it. They've had that scandal going on, but one of their football clubs has loaned Mason Greenwood, who's got this whole shite scenario going on with alleged domestic abuse and shit like that. And of course the other teams are not going to be too happy about it. Getafe, they've got themselves their best player that they're ever probably going to have because they're a fucking absolutely guff club, let's be fair, and that's why they're so happy about having this guy at Get Off Me FC, because he is a class player, to be fair to him, on the pitch. But it's not all about that, is it? But there you go. So this would have been the reaction that Manchester United would have been facing if we'd have kept Mason Greenwood. There'd have been a lot of negativity from rival fans in regards to Greenwood. He's got to, of course, he's got to ride this wave of negativity. He's going to receive that pretty much every game I think he gets all season long. But, I would say good luck to him. But obviously, he seems like a dirtbag. I don't want him to play for Manchester United again because I just think it's just such a bad look for this football club. He is an absolutely classy player and we've developed him from 7 years of age. He's a brilliant player. But look, there's a reason why he's not playing for us right now and he's gone out on loan. To just forget about this in a year's time would be wrong. Thank you, Vooty. We've nearly hit 300 likes. Thank you for getting in here, bro. But look, I understand it's a mixed topic. That's also why I've left it to the end of this stream, because there's a lot of people that probably do still want Greenwood back. We'll see how he gets on this season. I don't really want to focus too much on it, but I'm sure there will be a lot of coverage of Mason Greenwood from the media this season within the English press. Of course there will be. There's been loads of people reporting on Mason Greenwood's first appearance, etc. over there in Spain. It is an interesting story just to see how he gets on. Will he find the heights that he found that he was at before all this happened? Because he was on a huge upward trajectory of being one of the best English players out there of his generation. Will he be able to get there now that he's had 18 months on the sidelines and this whole negativity following him around everywhere? Will this make him better? Will this make him significantly worse? Will he never reach the heights that he could have got to now? Will that 18 months on the sidelines and all of this media scrutiny be the end of him? Who actually knows how he's going to do? But he is a talented lad. You can't argue that he's a talented player. He'll be back, says DJ Superfly Guy. I'll ask the chat then. Do you think he'll be back at Man United one day, or do you think he's gone and we'll never see him play for us ever again? Back or gone? What do you reckon? I think he'll still be world class as well, Venom, I have to say. He's got all the abilities you need. Rach, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in there, you legend S. Pig, you never domestically abused someone, so you can't speak on it. How do you know that? How do you know that, Drew Who? No, I'm just joking. You're right. I haven't there, Drew. Don't assume, though, mate. No, you're right. I haven't. But the point is, exactly, Drew. That's the comment that's taking the piss out of Mark N's comment earlier. Sorry, you shouldn't joke about stuff like that. But I haven't, no. Paul, thank you very much for getting in here raw with your 199 super chat. He says, be ferocious for God's sake. Well, who are you talking to, Paul? I don't get it, mate. What's that in regards to? You talking about United's players, right? I'm guessing you're not talking that and directing that at me. Anyway, thank you so much, Paul, for the super chat, but I don't know. Are you talking about Man United's players need to be ferocious? I don't know. Anyway. Gone, says Chloe. A lot of people say he's gone, but a lot of people say he'll be back. Fair play. A lot of people say he'll be back. Gone. We need him, says Larry Hass. I mean, we don't need him, do we? It would have been nice if this never happened and he was just a Man United player and it never happened. You want Greenwood back for footballing reasons, says Cake. Back. He'll be back, says Steve Valentino. Back, says Batman. Yeah, gone, says you are. No way, says Sanjay. Gone. You hope he's gone for good, says Berber. Gone. Fair play to you, Sin. Well, it's a bit of a random super chat, that one, but I like it. Thank you, Paul. Tommy says, back just because the way they worded the loan, don't expect him to return, means his door is half open. Yeah, fair one. And he needs to continue his development elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? I think you could be right there. Dead and buried. Don't condone Greenwood, but he's better than half of our players. No, I don't condone him at all, but he's probably better than all of most of our players anyway, certainly. I mean, if he was playing on the right side instead of Antony over the last 18 months, we'd have probably done better things. But, you know, you can't get away from the shithousery taking place. Back Greenwood, says Gattuso. Anyway, enough about Greenwood. Just wanted to mention it. It was quite interesting, obviously, the fact that he's made his debut and everything over there in Spain. So I'm going to do a rundown of what we discussed in this video now tonight, folks. Thanks everyone who's in here. We're going to choose the winner of the giveaway in a few minutes' time as well. So, you know, stick around for that. But for now, please do us the honour of smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button. We're so close to 75,000 subscribers now. It is awesome. So thanks, everyone, for hitting the subscribe button. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United as well. Do that. But I'm going to go and shout everyone out who, who's given us a repost here real quick on Twitter. Thank you everyone who's done that. The link's at the top of the chat. Big up yourselves. It does help the show out. We have had, let's have a look. Oh, we've had 23 reposts. Thank you everybody for retweeting the show. It really does help us out. So thanks to each and every one of you. Guyam Legend, Aaron Homeyard, Kieran Watts, Sanjay Ramatar, J United and Gaming, Audio Mark, John Boy Cat, Stephen Braun, Feline Fur, Sing Games, Boomy, G-Dad Gamer, VIP Spliffy 420, Luan France, Tommy Boyle, Cedric Abel / Sir Jummy, Fergie is a Glazer. What? MMCG, who are you scouse melter? MMCG 2022, every time I go on it, you've got a different name on Twitter, lad. This one's Fergie's a Glazer puppet. I mean, who are you, mate? Every time you've got a picture of Mo Salah as your avatar. Every time you've got a different fucking name on your fucking profile, mate, trying to get me to read out some guff. You're a melter, lad. Vincent Bullock, Transfers _ UTD, The Butcher of Manchester, Joey Monies, and Andy Davidge. Get in there, you legend. Thank you so much for... And Rachel Katz as well. Rach in the live chat. Thank you so much, each and every one of you legends and legendesses, for giving us a retweet there. You're a bunch of legends. Right, I'm going to get into the chat now, folks. Thank you all for being here and getting involved with the show. Time for a Q&A. We'll stick on here for 5 or 10 minutes. We've basically been having a Q&A throughout the show anyway, but let's have a Q&A. Before I do, we were just discussing Ten Hag reporting that basically Mount and Varane are expected back soon. Maybe not for the Bayern game, but hopefully for the Burnley game. News about that. Wan-Bissaka could be injured for a couple of months, which is very bad news as well. We apparently did our due diligence and checks on Antony before he came, but nothing was flagged up in regards to domestic abuse allegations or anything like that. Alan Shearer's come out and shown some sort of sympathy with Erik ten Hag, basically, or said he feels sorry for Erik ten Hag due to the fact that he needs to know, and the fans need to know, is the club for sale? All the problems come from the top, the Glazers shithouses, so I completely agree with that. Apparently Bayern are interested in McTominay, Barca might be interested in Sancho, speculative guff reports if you ask me. Greenwood got the last 20 minutes in his first game for Gotofmi FC in a 3-2 win over Osasuna, with Osasuna fans chanting, Greenwood die. Those are the latest reports and the latest news, guys. Thanks for being here. Time for the Q&A. Let's get stuck in, and then we'll pick the winner of the giveaway also. Get in, you legends. Right, let's get stuck in. Shearer is the king of bald managers who struggle, says Berber. Yeah, he's only got like one managerial job where he fucking got Newcastle relegated, didn't he? What a melter. Burnley ain't going to win, says Mo Mumino. He feels sorry for Erik ten Hag because of that bald brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Scotty goes to Munich then. Well, I don't know why they want him, but it would be nice. King Boomy says, Pig, don't you think Maguire and Evans need more playing time? Get out. What's up with Casemiro, says Gattuso? Oh, I don't know, bud. I know what's happened with him. He's like he's still on holiday, that guy. Such a great player. Look, have faith in him. He was so good for last season. He's such a winner. But he does not look good at the moment, does he? He needs to kick up the arse. Will Onana save a shot by the end of the season? Oh, man. Disappointed by his performance yesterday as well. It's not down to him why we lost the game, and it's not down to him why those chances are coming at him, but he could have done better for one or two of them, couldn't he? It wasn't great. It wasn't a great spectacle or shot stopping from the lad. He's expected perhaps for the Burnley game, Marty McFly, so some positive reports from Ten Hag that maybe after the Bayern game, Varane could be back. He's there to win trophies, not sell jerseys, change diapers. Yeah, fair play, lad. You're hoping that Beavis and Butthead, Slabby and McSauce missed the plane for the Bayern game. Oh, big time. Chocolate Salty Ball says we'll get good money for Varane and Casemiro from Saudi. Well, maybe in a year's time or 2 years' time, but right now they're still big senior players, experienced players, winners, and we need more of those. So I don't want to see them going anywhere for a little while. Tommy says, I worry the players don't like Ten Hag and his disciplinarian attitude. He could be one of those managers that's liked to start with, but then loses the dressing room, a bit like Conte, always changing clubs. Hey, fair one, Tommy. Fair one. I mean, there's too many snowflake, mollycoddled professional footballers these days who probably don't like the disciplinarian type figure. That's true. I mean, look, how many people have fallen out with Jose Mourinho over the years, for instance? It's a fair point. Hey, get in there, Vooty. 306 likes. I do remember the Shearer McDonald's advert, that one where the kid's asking him for his, or tries to get him to, cons him out of a signature, basically, doesn't he? I haven't drunk it at Mikel Arteta. It looks disgusting, but I might have it at some point now. Bald Vengers, assemble. He's looking more like Louis Van Gaal, says Mark Gergie. Venom TV says, and why, Pig? Why we keep starting Onana when we have a next keeper like this dude can't save a ball? Well, we paid 50 million for the guy. That's why we're playing him. We paid 50 million for him. We've got to keep the faith in Onana. Look, okay. Okay, look, obviously it's easy to be critical of a goalkeeper and he's only just come in, and to be fair, we probably should have just kept De Gea. Let's be honest. But we don't want to just write off Onana 5 games into the season. He's actually shown great abilities in other areas of being a goalkeeper, like his distribution and stuff. His shot stopping does leave something to be desired so far. Let's just hope he's going to take a little bit of time, like anyone, to get up to speed with the Premier League, and hopefully soon he'll be showing that great quality that we signed him for. And there's a reason why he's been nominated for Ballon d'Ors and things like that, and Puskás Awards. Not Puskás Awards, sorry. Yashin Awards and shit like that. Spirit Cadet, yeah, get in there. Onana has weak hands, says Eamon. Yeah, there you go. Onana's abysmal, says the Mustard. I mean, he's definitely not started well this season for us. Jams are highlights. What's going on, you Don? How you getting on, dude? Hope you're keeping well, my son. What's good? What's good? Legend. 307 likes, says Stephanie. Yes, indeed. Get in there. Is the Spurs melt we signed going to get a game for us as Simon Warner? He played yesterday, mate. Reguilon, he actually was only one of the only players that played well. Him and Højlund played well. Everybody else was shite. But I did actually think, let's be fair, we didn't really talk about that because the game was so disappointing. But Reguilon had a great game. He was good. I enjoyed what I saw from Reguilon, to be fair. I want to see more. I say stick him in for the next game at left back. He deserves it based on that performance. He was good. Onana better than De Gea? I don't know. I actually disagree. I do. I mean, he's better all round, but the fundamental main thing about being a goalie is stopping the opposition scoring, and nobody's better than De Gea at that, really. There's not many that are better than that at all in the world. So, look, who's better, guys? Who do you reckon is a better goalkeeper? Like, overall. Get your votes in. De Gea or Onana? I'm going on 11 years at this club that I've seen this guy carry us. De Gea was immense for 11 seasons for us, more or less. He had 1 or 2 ropey ones. Okay, 9 or 10 then. The guy was fucking amazing for us. So, I've got to say De Gea, because I've seen De Gea do brilliant things for Man United for a decade. Cakes says Cakes changed his name to the Spurt Cadet. He says Piggy didn't even bother to read my comment. Well, that tells you everything, doesn't it? It's got to be a reason for it, Cake. He was good. 8 out of 10 says King Boomy. Star 30% of our fan base is female, says Rach. What are we talking about? I don't know. De Gea. It's hard to say. Well, it's hard to say. I mean, obviously they've got strengths and weaknesses. That's the reality with any player. Onana's great distributor. He's great in terms of like his command of the area. He's great sweeping up. He's quicker. He's stronger. You know, he's more physical. He's better at coming for crosses and things like that. But when it comes to just shot stopping and being a goalkeeper, isn't the most important thing just stopping the opposition from scoring? De Gea says freedom. De Gea, overall De Gea says ML. De Gea, Onana. Oh, look at all these votes in the live chat. De Gea, Onana's Bartes reborn. De Gea. Doesn't this fill you with some horrible regret, though? We let this guy go. Exactly, Burby. He's a club legend. It's not his fault. He's surrounded by losers. Yeah. De Gea, doesn't it fill you with some regret that we let this guy go and we spent 50 mil on a player who's come in and maybe, arguably anyway, look, it's early days. Don't judge Onana just yet. But arguably, he could have made us weaker. Isn't that sad? And that we scapegoated, a lot of people scapegoated David De Gea and said that he's a reason why Man United can't play football. Well, I'll tell you something. At the start of this season, David De Gea has been completely appeased as to why, you know, and proved that this is not the case. It's not down to De Gea why Man United couldn't play football, clearly, because we've been worse than ever. Or certainly, under Ten Hag, we've been worse than we have been under Ten Hag right now, the first 5 games of the season. It's very much not down to De Gea. So, it's a shame because I think that we spent a lot of money unnecessarily on a goalkeeper when we could have just given De Gea a new contract, and that way we could have had more money to spend out on the pitch and we could have easily had a better team by now. But look, obviously there are different players. You have to have faith in Ten Hag and allow him to get the players in who he wants to play a certain way. So I do respect what he's trying to do, and it is too early to judge Onana right now. Yeah, Berber says Buffon, Casillas, Schmeichel would all look terrible with Slabby in front of them. Could you imagine Schmeichel with Slabby in front of him? I'm sure he'd be choking him out with a rear naked choke in the dressing room after some games. De Gea is still free agent, says Sarah. He is indeed, yeah. De Gea free agent since June. No one wanted him. Bit weird if he was so good. Well, the reason is because he's a greedy bastard. He's used to the finer things in life. He wakes up on satin sheets, mate, and he was getting paid £350,000 a week. There actually has been a couple of teams that are interested in him. Inter were interested in him at one point. Bayern were interested in him at one point. And wasn't it Real Madrid as well? So there was it Real Madrid? Well, yeah. So there's been a lot of big teams interested in him. Problem is, he's not good value. He wants a shitload of cash and a big signing on fee, probably. He's a greedy man. That's what's going on there. So it's not. He's used to big money, and I think that's what it is. It's like there's loads of teams that would have De Gea, but there's nobody that was prepared to give him £300,000 a week for a goalkeeper. Sadly, yeah, Madrid went and got Kepa instead. You say let's start with the second goalie pick because we're going to have him in a couple of weeks anyway for 5 weeks, so might as well. Well, fair enough, Vincent B. That's interesting. Counter Smart, thank you for getting in here and subscribing to the channel. Can you hear that, guys? Bloody thundering outside. It's pissing down. Let me turn this up, see if you can hear it. Freaky. Serious thunder and rain going on. Can you hear that, guys, or no? Probably not. But anyway, turn that game down again. So it is horrible weather here, guys. What's the weather like where you are? It's freaky deaky stuff going on here. You got it here, says Fraud Sports Greed out. Fair play. Tommy says Feel sorry for Onana. He's faced 30 shots in 5 games because of the shite in front of him. That's a fair point as well, Tommy. But the shots that he didn't stop yesterday, 2 of them, I think, you know, he should be stopping, to be fair. But yeah, fair one. ASMR. Thor is angry, says chocolate salty balls. That's the storm cloud over Old Trafford. Apocalypse, says Stephanie. Lightning strikes maybe once, maybe twice. Aaron says yes. You can hear it, says Gungshi. Sounds ferocious out there. Yeah. Filth. Dave Prob waiting on injury. Pissing rain here in Ireland. This and that. Bloody hell. Anyway, right, guys. I'm gonna. Thanks everyone for getting in here. I'm gonna pick the winner of the giveaway now. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Thank you to everybody who's entered this. By the way, there's 42 entries in the end. 42 legends entered the competition for a T-shirt. So big up yourselves. Thank you everyone who entered and commented on that video yesterday. So to enter, you had to comment on a video within a half an hour. Kate Cadet, I'm timing you out, mate. Not only am I not going to read your comment, mate, but I'm going to time you out as well for being blasphemous, bro. Have 5 minutes in the cooler, mate. You're a moderator, sir. You're going to lose your spanner at this rate, bro. You've got to uphold a certain level of decorum as a moderator of this channel. Do you understand me, sir? Do you understand me? You will be getting sacked off, mate, if you're not careful. You will be scapegoated like Jadon Sancho if you're not careful, my son. Watch out. Right. Okay, so... guys, let's check this out. Giveaway time, folks. So we've got 42 entries, all on the right here. You can see we've got 40. In fact, let me just scoot over here, make this a little bit bigger so we can see more what's going on. We've got 42 people entered in the competition for the giveaway for the T-shirt. If you are on this, if you entered the stream, if you entered the competition yesterday, you should see your name here on the right, guys. There it is right there. We got 42 legends entering. We're going to spin the wheel now. And somebody is going to be entered. Somebody's going to win the T-shirt. So good luck to you all. Remember that your name might be slightly different to your chat name. Because for some reason, a couple of months ago, YouTube brought in an alias for everybody. So if you click on your channel, that's what your name is on here. So for instance, Travis Trav is Travis in the live chat, or Trav. IJ United is J United. You know, there's the Hoopman 88. Is the Hoop Man. So, you know, there's some slight differences, but to be fair, like, some people haven't updated their things. So for instance, this guy, don't know who that is. I'd have to click on that person's profile to find out what their chat name is, basically. So, you know, try and, if you don't know what your chat name is, you should probably look it up so you know if you've won or not. But yeah, that's the only issue there, is that some people have a different alias to the one that's in the live chat, annoyingly. Right, okay. Hey, that American guy, what's going on? It's my nephew, Zach. How you doing, buddy? He says, I'm tired. Well, thanks for sharing, bud. Thanks for sharing. Right, nice one. Get me in that. Oh, that American guy. Sorry, mate. It was people who entered and commented on a video in half an hour yesterday. Chocolate Salty Ball says, your T-shirts are mint. Might get one. Hey, Travis is in here. Yeah, so Travis is entered here. He's here. Right, anyway, guys, so we're going to pick the winner now. 42 people commented. Thank you, every one of you, for commenting. Time to pick the winner. Good luck to you all. Can we get some good luck goat emojis in there? Good luck, everyone. We're going to pick this winner now, guys. Ready? Good luck to you. And appreciate you all entering. Do smash the like button, everyone, and subscribe if you're new. And get yourself in there for the next giveaway, which I'll announce soon. But yeah, good luck. You've already got a shirt, I know, American guy. Yes, sir. So all these people are entered. Good luck to you all. Let's spin it. Boing. Who's it going to be? It's Spooky Ghoul. Get in there, Spooky Ghoul. How you doing? Is she in the live chat? I don't know. Spooky Ghoul has won. Spooky Ghoul has got the free T-shirt there. Congratulations to Spooky Ghoul, a long-time legend, one of the moderators of the channel. A very deserving winner there. Spooky Ghoul has won the T-shirt. Get in there. Are you here? I don't know. But let her know next time she's in here that she has indeed won the giveaway, guys. So Spooky Ghoul has won. That's great news. And yes, well done. Rigged, says David Watkins. Rigged, says a sentence. How could I possibly rig this? It's literally a completely... You can go check out weirdernames.com. I'll just put the random names, you know, look, in here. And you spin it, and it chooses somebody. There's no way to rig this, mate. You know, it's all in front of your eyes. You click spin, and it chooses someone, guys. This time it's Ed's music. Do you know what I'm saying? So you haven't won, by the way, mate. You have not won. There's not 2 giveaways. There's just 1. It's gone to Spooky Ghoul. But it's completely random. It's completely at random. So, yeah, not rigged. You have won, Spooky Ghoul. Congratulations. I don't think she's in the live chat tonight. But congratulations to Spooky Ghoul. And, yes, you have won the giveaway. So that's good news. Congratulations. Everyone, get a congrats in the live chat there for Spooky Ghoul anyway. She's not here, I don't think. But when she's in next time, we will let her know that she has, that she's won. Get in there. Right, okay, guys. Well, that's the end of the show. Spooky Ghoul ghosted the stream. Nice one. Okay. Right, so we're going to wrap this up now, folks. Thank you very much for getting in here. I do appreciate you. Sarah Melling says, what did I win? Unfortunately, you didn't win jack all. Neither did the 42 people, unfortunately, or the 41 other people that entered. But better luck next time, guys. There can be only one. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to finish this show. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, everyone, for getting in. Thank you, the Cinnamon. Thank you, Scott Promise. Great show tonight, guys. Really great show. Oh, there she is. Spooky Ghoul's in the live chat. Get in there. You have won. Everyone, say congratulations to Spooky. So, yeah, all you need to do, Spooky Ghoul, is give us a message on Insta or Twitter and tell me where to send it, what design you want. I've got Glazers out. I've got I Believe. I've got Gashtastic. I've got Bacon Brigade. Let us know where you want it sent to, and I'll get it sent out to you, no problemo. And what size you want and stuff as well. So, yeah, please do that on Insta or Twitter, and I will get it out to you as soon as possible. But congratulations. Thanks for entering, and thanks for being a mod of the channel as well, and that is awesome. Happy birthday, Zip. No, you don't, mate. maybe you get your birthday luck next time, bro. But no, definitely not. Happy birthday, though, mate. Enjoy. 0793, there she is. Yes, she's won, mate. She's won. So she's the winner of the giveaway. Get in there. Nice one, Spooky Ghoul. No problem at all. And yes, very worthy winner. And thank you so much for joining us, guys. That is it from me. I'm going to wrap this stream up then. Have a great night, folks. Thank you for watching. There's the latest news. You can come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. Come back and have your say. Thank you, Eamon. You can come back and get your thoughts in about anything we've discussed, guys. Keep the debate going afterwards in the not live comment section. Also, follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. We're only 30 subscribers or 30 followers away on TikTok now from 1,000 subs or 1,000 followers. If you're on TikTok, follow us at Flying Pig United. Put an exclamation mark TikTok in the live chat because we are nearly there, folks. I think it works. Yes, it does. Follow me on TikTok. I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. Only 30 away, then I can go live on TikTok, which I will do. I will do that. And we'll need a couple of moderators over on TikTok as well. So if you are one of the mods here or you are a regular on TikTok and you're a part of this community, then let us know because I will need to appoint some mods over there for when we go live. Obviously, it's shite. I get it. TikTok's shite. But, if you're a user of TikTok, let me know because you could be a mod on my channel potentially, as long as you're not a melter. Nice one. Okay, because I am going to start doing some lives over there as well. Hey, Spirit the Spurt Cadet, thank you for the £5 super chat here, mate. Hey, thank you, Spooky Ghoul. Nice one. Yeah, give us a message on there and I'll get it sent out to you soon as. No, not a lot of people do, Luan. It's pretty gash over there. It's pretty toxic, to be fair. But I'm just going to start doing it, branching out, as well as, not instead of, but as well as. The Spurt Cadet, thank you for the £5 super chat, by the way. Comments and says, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think spurt has been spurted into the sea. Do you know what, mate? That's it. Fucking straight red card, mate. Straight red, mate. Straight red for you, bro. You're a fucking disgrace and a nonsense, mate. How dare you bring the great words of King Eric into disrepute talking about spurting, lad. You're a disgrace. You are a disgrace, mate. Straight red for you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? How dare you, sir? Right, we're going to finish the stream. We're a bunch of legends, guys. Have a good night. And on that note, we are wrapping it up. Check out these social media links in the description. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. And I'll see you on the next one. Come back, have your say after, guys. Check out the TikTok link to the top of the live chat. Flying Pig United on TikTok. Also, check the Extras channel out as well. Yeah, I'll go over and I'll pin that instead. Check out the Extras channel, actually. Or just put an exclamation mark extra into the live chat and it will come up with a link to the Clips channel on YouTube. Flying Pig United Extra, which is the Clips channel. That's it from me, guys. Stay classy. No retweets. We did shout out all the retweeters, actually, Vincent. Lad, yeah, we had like 23 or something. Big up everyone who shared the show. Thanks for that, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you on the next one. Stay classy, have a good one, and remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler. Thank you, guys. Thanks to all the moderators. Thanks to all the members. And everybody else as well. When the seagulls follow the trawler. As this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.